I woke up before the alarm rang and stared at the ceiling for a few seconds. Another busy day, I whispered to myself. My wife groaned beside me. Why are you talking to the ceiling again? I laughed. Because it listens better than you in the morning. She shoved my shoulder lightly. Rude. Coffee first, jokes later. Already made some, I said. Her eyes opened wider. You made coffee? Who are you, and what did you do with my husband? I'm evolving, I replied. She smiled, and for a moment everything felt simple and perfect. We sat at the kitchen table together. You're leaving early again? She asked. Big meeting today. You always have big meetings. That's because I want us to have a big future. She reached across the table and squeezed my hand. We already have everything we need. I shook my head. Not yet. I want more for us. She sighed softly. You work too hard. I work because I love you. She smiled but looked away quickly. I noticed it, but I ignored the feeling in my chest. After breakfast, I grabbed my keys. Text me when you get there, she said. Always do. Drive safe. Always do that too. She kissed my cheek. Good luck. I don't need luck. I have you. She laughed. You're cheesy. Only for you. At work, my best friend called me. Busy man, he said. Always. What's up? Thinking about coming over tonight. You don't need permission. You're family. I still like asking. My voice softened. Come over. She's making pasta tonight. Your wife's pasta is the reason I stay friends with you. That hurts. You know I love you, man. I know. We hung up, and I felt grateful. I trusted him completely. He had been with me through everything. Later that evening, we all sat around the dinner table. This is amazing, he said. You should open a restaurant. My wife laughed. He would eat all the profits. That's rude, I said. It's true, she replied. He grinned. I'd invest. I shook my head. You'd invest just to eat free. Exactly. We laughed together. Moments like this made me feel rich even when my bank account wasn't. After dinner, we sat on the couch. You're lucky, he told me. I know. She's perfect. I smiled proudly. Don't I know it? She rolled her eyes. Stop talking like I'm not here. We're praising you, I said. You praise me too much. Never enough. She leaned against me, but her phone buzzed. She picked it up instantly. Work? I asked. Yeah, just a message. Late for work messages. She shrugged. Deadlines don't sleep. I nodded, pushing away the small discomfort rising inside me. Later that night, after he left, we cleaned the kitchen together. You seemed quiet tonight, I said. I'm just tired. You've been tired a lot lately. Work has been stressful. You can talk to me. I know. I watched her carefully. Are we okay? She paused. Of course we are. You hesitated. You're imagining things. I forced a smile. Maybe I am. We went to bed early. She fell asleep quickly while I stared at the ceiling again. Something felt different, but I convinced myself it was stress. Marriage had phases. Everyone said that. The next morning, my phone buzzed with a work email. Emergency business trip, I said aloud. She sat up. Again. Only 3 days. She sighed. I'll miss you. I'll miss you more. She hugged me tightly. Come back soon. Always. At the airport, I called her. Boarding now, I said. Text me when you land. Of course. And don't forget to eat. I won't. Love you. Love you more. The trip felt endless. Meetings, presentations, 4 smiles. I kept thinking about home. On the second night, my coworker asked, why do you smile at your phone so much? My wife sends me memes, I replied. That's real love. It is. On the third day, the meeting ended early. My boss said, you can stay and relax or head home. I didn't even hesitate. I'm going home. He laughed. Miss her that much. Every minute. At the airport, I texted her. Surprise. Coming home early. She didn't reply. I smiled anyway. She's probably busy. On the plane, I imagined her face when she saw me. Maybe I'll bring flowers, I whispered. The woman next to me laughed. Someone's excited. I'm surprising my wife. That's sweet. She deserves it. I leaned back and closed my eyes, smiling the whole flight. I had no idea my surprise would destroy everything I believed in. The taxi stopped outside my building, and I smiled at the windows like a kid coming home from school. Keep the change, I told the driver. Good day, sir, he said. It will be, I replied. I grabbed my bag and hurried inside. My heart felt light. I kept imagining her surprised face. She's going to scream, I whispered, laughing to myself. In the elevator, I checked my phone. No reply to my message. Probably busy, I muttered. Or napping. The doors opened. I walked down the hallway quickly. Home, I said softly. I reached the apartment door and froze. It's unlocked. I pushed it open slowly. Hello. Silence answered me. I stepped inside and closed the door behind me. The lights were dim. The air felt heavy. Babe. I called out. No response. You see my babe down. Maybe she went out, but her shoes were by the door. Strange, I whispered. I walked into the kitchen. Surprised. Nothing. I laughed nervously. Okay, you win. Where are you hiding? My voice echoed back at me. My chest tightened. Why is it so quiet? I pulled out my phone and dialed her. It rang from the bedroom. My heart skipped. She's home. I walked down the hallway slowly. Hey, I'm back early. Still nothing. I knocked on the bedroom door. Babe. A faint noise came from inside. A sudden thud. Whispering. My heart began to race. What? I placed my hand on the doorknob. It trembled. This is stupid, I whispered. You're overthinking. Another sound. A muffled voice. My stomach dropped. I pushed the door open. Everything stopped. My wife gasped. Oh my God. My best friend jumped back. Wait. I stared at them. My voice didn't come out. My wife scrambled for the blanket. Listen to me. He raised his hands. Bro, this isn't. I blinked slowly. I'm dreaming. No, she cried. Please. I laughed weakly. I'm still on the plane. He stepped toward me. Let me explain. Don't move, I whispered. My ears rang loudly. My heart pounded like a drum. My wife's voice shook. It's not what it looks like. I finally spoke. What does it look like? Tears streamed down her face. It was a mistake. I repeated softly, a mistake. My best friend swallowed. We didn't mean for you to find out like this. I flinched. Find out. Silence filled the room. My wife reached for me. Please say something. I stepped back. Say anything, she begged. I shook my head slowly. How long? She covered her mouth. It didn't mean anything. How long? I repeated. My best friend whispered. A few months. The room spun. A few months, I echoed. My wife sobbed. I was lonely. I laughed softly. Lonely? You were always working. I was working for us. I know. You knew. She cried harder. I made a terrible mistake. I looked at him. You? He wiped his face. I hate myself. You should. I never wanted to hurt you. I nodded slowly. That's funny. Please don't walk away, my wife said. I turned toward the door. Stop, she cried. We can fix this. I kept walking. My best friend grabbed his shirt. Bro, please. I didn't turn around. Punch me, he said. Yell at me. Do something. I opened the front door. My wife's voice broke. Don't leave me. I stepped into the hallway. We love you, she cried. I froze for 1 second. Love, I whispered. I walked forward again. My best friend shouted, You're my brother. I pressed the elevator button. Please listen, my wife begged from the doorway. The elevator doors opened. Say something, she screamed. I stepped inside. The doors closed slowly. Their voices echoed down the hallway. Please. I'm sorry. Come back. The elevator descended quietly. I stared at my reflection in the metal wall. Breathe, I whispered, but I couldn't. I walked out of the building without knowing where I was going. My phone started vibrating immediately. Her name filled the screen. I rejected the call. It rang again. Stop, I whispered. It rang again. I answered and said nothing. Please talk to me, she sobbed. I stayed silent. It was a mistake. I kept breathing slowly. Say something, she begged. I ended the call. The phone buzzed again. A message from him. Bro, please let me explain. I laughed bitterly. Explain what? Another message appeared. It wasn't what it looked like. I typed back before thinking. What did it look like? The typing bubble appeared, then disappeared. I shoved the phone into my pocket and kept walking. The city lights blurred in front of me. Every step felt unreal. I whispered, How long was I blind? My phone rang again. I answered this time. Please don't hang up, she cried immediately. I'm listening. I love you. Silence left my mouth before words could form. It meant nothing, she continued. I swear. You swear. Yes. With him. She sobbed louder. I was lonely. I closed my eyes. You said that already. I didn't mean for it to happen. But it did. Yes. More than once. Silence. Answer me. Yes, she whispered. My chest tightened. I hate myself, she cried. Please come home. That's not my home anymore. It is, she said desperately. Not tonight. Then where are you? Does it matter? I need to know you're safe. I laughed softly. You lost the right to worry about me. Please don't say that. Goodbye. I ended the call. The phone kept vibrating in my hand. I turned it off. I walked until my legs hurt. I stopped outside a small motel. Vacancy, the sign blinked. Inside, the clerk barely looked up. One night. ID. I handed it over silently. Room 12. Thanks. The room smelled like old carpet and dust. I dropped my bag on the floor and sat on the edge of the bed. This is real, I whispered. My phone buzzed again after I turned it back on. Dozens of missed calls. Messages filled the screen. Please talk to me. I'm sorry. We made a mistake. You're my brother. I threw the phone onto the bed. You're my brother, I repeated quietly. I laughed until my chest hurt. I lay back and stared at the ceiling. I trusted you, I whispered. Memories flooded my mind. Her laugh, our wedding vows, late-night dinners, shared dreams, all fake. My phone rang again. I answered without thinking. Please, my wife whispered. I don't want to hear excuses. I want to fix this. You can't. I can try. I'm not something you repair. She cried quietly. Do you hate me? I paused. I don't know what I feel. I love you, she said again. I ended the call without replying. The room felt smaller. The silence felt louder. I lost everything, I whispered. Tears finally fell. I didn't stop them. I gave you my whole life. My voice cracked. Both of you. The anger came slowly. Hot, sharp, heavy. I will never beg for love again, I said aloud. The words felt strange, but powerful. I will never chase someone who can betray me. I sat up and wiped my face. This is the last night I feel this week. Morning light slipped through the curtains. I stared at the sunlight quietly. No more begging, I whispered. I grabbed my phone and typed one message. I want a divorce. I turned the phone off again and sat in silence. I will rebuild, I promised myself. Without them. I sat across from her at the lawyer's office and slid the papers forward. Sign them. Her hands trembled. Please don't do this. I already did. You're throwing away our marriage. You threw it away first. Tears filled her eyes. I said I was sorry. Sorry doesn't rebuild trust. It was loneliness, she whispered. It was betrayal. You were always working. I was working for us. I felt invisible. You made me disappear. She covered her face. We could go to therapy. I don't need therapy to understand cheating. It meant nothing. It meant everything. She pushed the papers back toward me. I won't sign. You will eventually. Please give me another chance. I gave you years. I love you. I shook my head. Love doesn't look like that. Silence stretched between us. She whispered, I don't recognize you anymore. I don't recognize my life anymore. I stood up. My lawyer will contact you. Don't walk away again, she cried. I already did. Outside the building, my phone buzzed. His name flashed on the screen. I answered. What do you want? Meet me, he said. Why? I need to talk to you face to face. You lost that privilege. Please. One time. I sighed. 10 minutes. We met at a small cafe. He stood when I walked in. You look terrible, he said softly. Thanks. I deserve that. You deserve worse. He nodded slowly. I hate myself. You should. I was jealous of you. I laughed bitterly. So you slept with my wife. I was stupid. You were selfish. I thought you had everything. I thought you were my brother. I still care about you. Stop talking. I regret it every day. Good. I'd do anything to fix it. You can't. He looked down. I lost you. Yes. I lost everything. You earned that. He whispered, I'm sorry. I stood up. Goodbye. Please don't erase me from your life. I paused. You erased yourself. I walked away without looking back. 2 months later, the divorce papers were signed. I packed my bags and left the city. At my new office, my boss shook my hand firmly. Welcome aboard. Thank you. I've read your file, he said. You work hard. I try. I like people who try. I won't disappoint you. I believe you. Later that day, a woman approached my desk. You the new guy? Yeah. I'm your project partner. Nice to meet you. You look nervous. I moved here yesterday. That explains it. I'm starting over. She smiled gently. Then you picked the right place. I hope so. If you need help, ask me. Why would you help a stranger? Because I've been the stranger before. I smiled slightly. Thank you. Days turned into weeks. My boss stopped by my desk one evening. You're still here. I want to finish this report. You remind me of myself. That's good, right? It's very good. My coworker leaned over the cubicle wall. You work too much. I've heard that before. Want coffee? Yes. We walked to the cafe downstairs. You smile more now, she said. Do I? Yes. That's new. I'm glad. Me too. Months passed quickly. My boss called me into his office. Sit down. I felt nervous. Am I in trouble? He laughed. You're getting promoted. I blinked. Really? You earned it. Thank you. I see leadership in you. I won't waste this chance. I know you won't. I walked out of his office feeling lighter than I had in years. My phone buzzed with a congratulatory message from my coworker. I smiled at the screen. Maybe life isn't over. For the first time since the betrayal, hope felt real. And my life was finally beginning to change. I stood in my living room holding a cup of coffee and stared at the sunrise through the wide glass windows. I did it, I whispered to myself. My phone buzzed. You're late. My coworker joked when I answered. I'm staring at my house like it might disappear. You bought it. It won't disappear. It still feels unreal. You deserve it. Thank you. Dinner tonight to celebrate? Sure. I ended the call and walked through the quiet rooms. This used to feel impossible. Years had passed. Work had become my focus, my escape, my proof that I could rebuild. At the office, my boss called from his doorway. Big meeting today. I'm ready. You always are. I learned from the best. He smiled. Flattery works. After the meeting, my coworker nudged my arm. You crushed it. I didn't faint, so that's success. You did more than survive. Thanks for always cheering me on. You earned it. I left the office feeling calm and steady. At a small cafe near my house, I stood in line and checked my phone. A familiar voice behind me said, I didn't expect to see you here. My chest tightened instantly. I turned slowly. Hi. She looked different. Tired eyes. Faded smile. You look good, she said quietly. You look tired. She nodded. Life has been hard. I stepped aside so others could pass. How have you been? She laughed softly. Do you want the honest answer? Yes. I fell apart. I stayed silent. She continued. He left after a few months. I'm not surprised. I thought he loved me. I nodded slowly. You thought wrong. I deserve that. Silence hung between us. She whispered, You look happy. I am. That hurts to hear. I'm not saying it to hurt you. I know. She wiped her eyes. I ruined everything. Yes. I miss our life. I don't. Her voice cracked. I miss you. I stared at my coffee. I don't miss the past. I think about you every day. I don't think about you every day. She nodded slowly. That's fair. We sat at a small table together. I made the biggest mistake of my life, she said. I know. I hate myself for it. That's your battle. I wish I could go back in time. You can't. I would choose you every time. You already made your choice. Tears slipped down her cheeks. Do you hate me? I thought for a moment. No. Her eyes widened. You don't. I don't feel anything. She looked stunned. Nothing. Nothing. That hurts more than hate. I'm not trying to hurt you. I know. She reached across the table, but stopped halfway. Can we talk sometimes? About what? Life. Anything. I don't know. I'm not asking for everything back. I stayed quiet. I just want a chance to be in your life again, she whispered. That's complicated. I understand. I've changed. I can see that. I'm not the same man you left. I know, she said softly. You're stronger. I had to be. She took a deep breath. Can we start over? The question hung in the air like a storm cloud. I looked at her carefully. I need time to think, I said quietly. I sat alone in my kitchen, staring at my phone. Her question echoed in my head. Can we start over? I whispered. My phone buzzed. A message from my coworker. Coffee today? You sound weird. I typed back. Yes. Please. At the cafe, she studied my face. You look like you didn't sleep. I didn't. What happened? I saw my ex. Her eyes widened. Wow. She wants to start over. And you? I don't know. She leaned forward. What do you feel? Confused. Do you still love her? I don't think so. Then what's the problem? I don't know if forgiveness means going back. She nodded slowly. It doesn't. I keep thinking about revenge. She frowned. Revenge how? I don't even know. Just the idea of it. Would it make you happy? No. Then why think about it? Because part of me still hurts. She smiled gently. That's normal. Am I weak for not hating her? No. You're healing. I sighed. I wish healing felt better. It takes time. Later that day, my boss called me into his office. You look distracted, he said. I am. Talk to me. I ran into my ex-wife. He leaned back. That can shake anyone. She wants to come back into my life. And you? I don't know what the right choice is. He smiled calmly. Let me ask you something. Okay. Do you want peace or revenge? Peace. Then choose peace. It's not that simple. It is. I keep thinking about the past. The past is a closed door, he said. You decide if you stand outside it forever. I nodded slowly. That makes sense. My phone buzzed again that evening. A new message appeared. Can we meet? Please. It was him. I stared at the screen for a long time before replying. 1 hour. Public place. He was already sitting when I arrived. He looked thinner, older, nervous. Thanks for coming, he said. Talk. I lost my job. I stayed silent. No one trusts me anymore. I nodded slightly. My reputation is gone. I'm not surprised. I deserve that. Yes. He swallowed hard. I need help. I laughed quietly. Help. I don't know who else to ask. You chose the wrong person. I know. Then why ask? Because you're the only person who ever cared about me. That was before. I ruined everything. Yes. He wiped his eyes. I regret it every day. Good. I hate who I became. That's your problem. Please help me find a job. I stared at him for a long moment. Why would I do that? Because you're a better man than me. Silence stretched between us. I expected anger to rise inside me. I expected satisfaction. Instead, I felt nothing. I won't help you, I said calmly. He nodded slowly. I understand, but I don't hate you. He looked up surprised. You don't? No. Why? Because karma already handled everything. He began to cry quietly. I'm sorry. I know. I stood up. Take care of yourself. You too, he whispered. Outside, the air felt lighter. I looked up at the sky and took a deep breath. I choose peace, I said aloud. I sat across from her again, this time feeling calm. Thank you for meeting me, she said quietly. You wanted closure. I wanted hope, she corrected. I nodded slowly. I can give you closure. Her hands trembled on the table. I've been thinking about us every day. I know. I keep remembering how happy we were. We were happy. Can we be that again? I took a deep breath. No. Tears filled her eyes instantly. Please don't say that so fast. I've thought about this for weeks. I've changed, she whispered. I believe you. Then why not try again? Because I've changed too. She wiped her cheeks. I miss you. I don't miss who I was back then. Her voice shook. You were kind and loving. I was also blind and afraid of being alone. I never meant to destroy you. You did destroy me. She flinched. I know, but you also forced me to grow. She looked confused. Grow? Yes. I don't understand. I spent years rebuilding my life. I know. I learned how to stand on my own. Her voice cracked. I wanted to stand beside you. You chose someone else to stand beside. She cried quietly. I regret it every day. I believe you. Is there really no chance for us? I shook my head gently. No. Silence filled the space between us. I hoped love would be enough, she whispered. Love without trust isn't love. She covered her mouth to stop her sobs. I forgive you, I said softly. Her head snapped up. You do? Yes. Then why walk away? Because forgiveness doesn't mean going back. She stared at me with red, tired eyes. I understand. I truly hope you find happiness. I hope you already found yours. I did. She gave a small, broken smile. I'm glad. We stood up at the same time. This is goodbye, she said. Yes. She hesitated. Ganukyo. I paused, then nodded. Okay. She hugged me tightly and cried against my shoulder. I'm sorry, she whispered. I know. She stepped back slowly. Goodbye. Goodbye. I walked away without looking back. Outside, the air felt warm and bright. I whispered to myself, it's finally over. That evening, my coworker called. How did it go? It's finished. How do you feel? Free. I'm proud of you. Thank you for being there for me. Always. Later, my boss sent a message. Proud of the man you've become. I smiled at the screen. Me too. I walked through my house slowly, touching the walls and furniture like they were proof of my new life. You built this, I whispered. I stepped onto the balcony as the sun began to rise. Golden light filled the sky. I took a deep breath. Losing everything didn't end me. I smiled softly. It helped me find myself.